Welcome, Diecast fans. I'm Tom Spanners Watson.
And I'm Frank the Gear Gibbs.
And welcome back to the Outlaws.
That's right, Spanners. It's been a few months since the Outlaws have been on the track, and tonight we're kicking off with the wannabes to see who's going to be going up against the Outlaws next week.
As we look at the overall standings on the list as they are, you can see their last chance. Also, the fastest driver with the best time over 29.336.
And first up for the wannabes tonight, it's Donk, driven by Just in Time, driving the Studebaker.
Next up, also driving a Studebaker, we've got the Stig for the Dinkum Auto Parts car.
Driving a Ranchero, we've got driven by Demon Preacher.
Are you still superstitious about that? Alright, then finally in the first round we've got Dirty Rose driven by Racer B, also driving a Ranchero.
Now how the competition is going to work is the last driver or any drivers that have crashed out get eliminated, and the next lot of wannabes come into the group.
And the driver coming in will start in lane number 1, and then the others will be in the order. Whoa! Dirty Rose there getting completely thrown out of the track, but I think he managed to get it back on the track. That was ridiculous.
Yeah, well, you know who calls that, don't you?
Yeah, it was Demon Preacher driving Pazuzu.
You're not supposed to say the name out loud. You know what you've just done.
You're ridiculous, Frank. Nothing's happened. All right, Don comes down for the win. Dinkum Auto Parts in second, and what happened to Dirty Rose and Pazuzu? Oh, okay, maybe that was a jinx.
See, I told you, mate. You've completely jinxed him.
Well, to be fair, I think Demon Preacher is probably responsible there. Look at the way he just flipped Dirty Rose off the track. But Racer B doing a great job there to get back on track.
Yeah, but you had to go and open your big fat mouth, and look, both Rancheros go flying over. That is entirely on you, Spanners. I blame you completely.
All right, well, we don't have to worry about Pazuzu anymore.
Will you stop that?
And this time we're joined by Uterus, driven by Jono, and crowd favourite Super Chicken, driven by Ardio Flyer.
Well, of course, a Holden would be the crowd favourite, mate. What else are you going to drive? And Ardio Flyer's done an absolutely superb job on that ute. It looks amazing.
So Uterus in 1, Donk came in first, so he takes up lane 2. Next to him, Dinkum Auto Parts, and then Super Chicken. Whoa, hang on, we've got Uterus spun around. Dinkum Auto Parts goes sideways down State Highway 1. Have these boys been nipping at the sherry before the race?
No, it's not alcohol, mate. They're just loose units. Oh, speaking of loose units, Donk's just completely crashed out and taken out a spectator by the look of it.
Well, Uterus has just gone flying by in reverse, but Dinkum Auto Parts chasing him down, gets around, and what a stunning overtake right in that final straight.
And not only did he overtake him, he managed to take him out completely by the look of it. But old Uterus somehow spun around in that single lane. I'm not sure how he did it. And then he managed to crawl past Dinkum because he went sideways, and poor old Super Chicken slams into him. And I thought Donk had this one in the bag, but he just got completely loose going up the hill. And that Bogan leapt for his life, but I see Timmy's still standing up there like a jongo.
But how about this overtake by the Stig? He found that gap, pulled right around it, and he just pushes Uterus into the wall. Now that was a great overtake, but because Donk crashed, he is out of this round, and he is replaced by Worked Beaver, driven by D-Man.
And so Worked Beaver starts in lane number 1, Dinkum came first, so he's in lane number 2, then Uterus in lane number 3, and Super Chicken out in lane number 4, and hopefully can do better than he did in the last round.
So it looks like Uterus and Worked Beaver out in front. Uterus going down the outside, Worked Beaver travelling down a reverse, Super Chicken with a nice overtake right at the end of State Highway 1 as they go into the forestry section. Uterus going to be leading them up the hill. He goes through nice and clean. Super Chicken, massive accident. He's been there before, and it looks like he's taken himself out. I'm not sure what's happened to Dinkum Auto Parts, but it's Uterus and Worked Beaver all the way to the end. Uterus holding on for the win, but unfortunately, Dinkum Auto Parts, the other Studebaker, pulled up next to Donk, and Super Chicken parked over in the crowd there, over by the monster truck.
To be fair, I think that's why Super Chicken is one of the crowd favourites, because he certainly puts on a show. But this was a beautiful overtake, both by Uterus, and then look at the way Super Chicken just slides right on through the inside of Worked Beaver, but then completely blows it going up Magnus Mountain, and so does Dinkum Auto Parts. I don't know what the Stig was doing there. He just got it sideways.
So we lose another 2 drivers coming in. We've got Bray Clater driving Got Wood, and then we've got Biohazard driving Contagion.
You've got to love the Bogan ingenuity. That station wagon Datsun being cut down to a ute. It's absolutely beautiful.
There are some awesome vehicles in this series. All right, as we get underway, we got Wood in lane number 1, Uterus in 2. Oh, Uterus goes down, slides along on his roof. but it is Gotwood out in front being chased down by Contagion. Contagion slamming into him in reverse. How did he even turn around? I didn't even see that happen.
A couple of the drivers have been saying there's some oil on the track in the lane section, and that's why a couple of them are spinning out, but holy smoke-a-rollies, Briar Hazard's given it the beans in reverse.
He certainly is. He overtook everybody, and he is going to take the win. Down comes Gotwood. And I think that's it. Oh, yep, there's Work Beaver stuck by the diner. And, of course, Uterus stuck in that first turn.
I don't know what Jono was thinking here. He just landed so badly and then skidded all the way down. What a superb effort here from Briar Hazard and Contagion. That thing is super quick going in reverse. I wonder if he'll be as quick going forwards in the next race.
Well, speaking of the next race, because we lost Uterus, we're replacing him with Lone Star driving Waterloo.
There's a couple of GMC Cyclones in this competition, and they've been doing pretty good so far, and I think Lone Star's got a good chance here.
So Lone Star in 1, Briar Hazard in 2, Gotwood out in 3, and Work Beaver in 4. Whoa! Contagion spun around.
Oh, that's disappointing for Contagion. I was hoping to see him get a decent speed run going forwards, but he's obviously having some problems.
Unlike Lone Star having no problems, they're leading the field. No other drivers even in sight. I'm not sure if they've crashed out or stalled or just what's happened. Oh, I see somebody in the background, but he comes down with a 31.626 time. Then that's Gotwood, and we've got Worked Beaver stored out in the forest. He will move through, but unfortunately that's the end of Contagion.
I don't know what Briar Hazard was doing there. I don't know if Lone Star tried to brake check him, so he hit the handbrake or something, but he spun around and got stalled out, so unfortunately that's his racing done. But now we've got Uncle Junk driven by Mr. Dark, and this should be a beauty.
There's also a couple of these 67 Chevs, nice and wide, nice and low, a decent length, but most of all, they seem to be quick.
Well, we know from the Gravity Chaos Rallycross competition that Mr. Dark can be quick as long as he's not hunting Bogans.
Well, there he goes into the lead. No Bogans in sight, so I think he's going to be good. Although there are some at the top of Magnus Mountain. Will he stay on track? Yes, he does through the switcher, and he is leading this race miles ahead of everybody else. I'm not sure how he's doing for time. Let's have a look as he comes down to the finish line. Ooh, a 30.8580. A good time overall, but not quite fast enough to take the track time. Then it's Lone Star in 2, Break Later in 3, but as last man standing, D-Man is going to be eliminated, so we say goodbye to...
We are always looking for the best flavors, and our experts have just come up with your new favorite. Cummins Brewery is proud to announce our brand new Cinnamon Donut Cider. Whether you have it warmed up on a cold day or served with ice during summer, when you're out with your friends, remember to ask for it by name. Cummins Cider.
Worked Beaver, and he is going to be replaced by Billy Goat Gruff, driven by Brewski.
This is another great custom job, taking that Pontiac GTO and cutting it down into a ute.
So Billy Goat Gruff taking lane number 1, Dark in 2, Lone Star in 3, Break Later in 4. So we get underway. Lone Star out the lead early. Billy Goat Gruff getting overtaken as they hit State Highway 1. Mr. Dark now pushing Brewski into the forestry section. Lone Star first up Magnus Mountain. It looks like, whoa, he is smoking up the hill so hard. He gets bounced through the switcher. That allows Billy Goat Gruff to catch up a bit, but it is not going to be enough to catch Lone Star. And Lone Star lays down a 30.5920, followed by Brewski and finally Mr. Dark.
The next wannabe to join the racing is EB driving Nemo.
Now these Mazda Utes were quite popular, and of course the current leader and track time champion with the 29.336 his last chance. Let's see if Nemo's got the chops to take him down. He leads them into the Devil's Staircase, but it's Uncle Chunk and Billy Goat Gruff battling it out. And there goes Mr. Dark, a beautiful overtake, somehow got past Billy Goat Gruff, stormed past Waterloo, and now he's trying to chase down Nemo. Both drivers keeping it clean through Magnus Mountain as they get down towards the finish line. Uncle Junk trying to reel in Nemo, but he's not going to do it. And neither driver posting a particularly quick time, but to be fair, Uncle Junk was held up. Oh no, we've lost Waterloo. Waterloo's rolled after the switcher. That means Billy Goat Gruff is going to move through.
And the reason Billy Goat Gruff's there is because Uncle Junk just forced him into the wall and drove right by him. But then what a superb drive here from Mr. Dark. Waterloo tried to cut him off, but he bounced off the wall, and that just let Mr. Dark go right on by him.
We're joined now by Raging Ricky driving Studutinier.
You right there, mate? It sounded like you had a bit of a stutter.
No, it's just the name of the vehicle.
You sure you're not having a stroke or something, mate?
No, it's not a stroke.
Maybe it's a tumour.
It's not a tumour.
Well, either way, mate, I think you should still seek medical help.
You need help. All right, Studutinier leading the field, but here comes Uncle Junk, and Studutinier stopped down State Highway 1. Mr. Dark drove right on by him. It looks like he might have got going again, but Mr. Dark not hanging around, heads up Magnus Mountain nice and clean, and he has just left the competition behind.
Wonder if anyone else managed to get going. Oh, there we go. I see Nemo in the background here.
Well, Mr. Dark takes the win, not surprisingly. Nemo coming in second place, then Studutinier stalled out on State Highway 1. Don't know what he was doing, but he did get overtaken by Billy Goat Gruff. So Billy Goat Gruff will move on now. Even though they didn't cross the finish line, that doesn't matter as long as they stay on their wheels.
And the last of the wannabes tonight is Jazz, driven by Lando, who's a very good boy.
With no new drivers coming in, this is pure elimination as we work our way down to the final driver, who next week will move on to take on the Outlaws.
There's some tough competition in this one. Mr. Dark and Lando both very strong competitors, but look at EB slip into second place there.
Yeah, he's definitely making the most of the speed out of lane 3, but he is struggling to catch up to that Cyclone driven by Lando. Lando leaving the rest of the field behind. I don't know what's happening with them, but Lando is feeding at the channel. He is absolutely flying. He is going to come in sub 30, and in fact, he's just beaten the track record. He smoked the previous time by half a second, laying down a 28.8 time.
Well, that's definitely got to make the other drivers nervous. He is going to be one to watch.
And that's the end of Billy Goat Gruff, stalled out by the Lick My Bowls billboard.
And remember, they got the special promotion, 50% off your first meal when you bring 3 friends to Lick My Bowls.
And then there were 3. Lando starting in lane number 1, Nemo in 2, Uncle Junk out in lane number 3. Who is going to take this next race? It looks like Uncle Junk and Lando are battling it out for first position. Oh, Lando goes sideways. Mr. Dark slams into him, unable to get around him. That also allowed Nemo to catch up to him, but Lando leaving the others behind. He has definitely got some pace in that Cyclone, even in reverse as he drives down the final straight. Looks like Mr. Dark is through. He will come into second place. And that's not quite as fast a time by Lando there, but it doesn't matter. A win is a win, and Nemo in third will be eliminated.
And so the drivers don't get tangled up in the single lane when they're going head to head. One driver is in lane 1, the other is in lane 3.
So it's Lando in 1, Mr. Dark and Uncle Junk in 3, and this is going to be a tight battle as they head onto State Highway 1. Here comes Mr. Dark, challenges up the outside. Lando shuts the door on him. They are nose to nose into the forestry section. Lando leading them up Magnus Mountain. And he is nice and clean. Looks like he's opening up a big lead over Mr. Dark. That Cyclone has definitely got some pace to it. And Lando is going to move on through to the next round and take on the Outlaws next week.
Fair suck of the surf, mate. Mr. Dark and Uncle Junk had the line there, but Lando saw him coming and just pulled right across in front of him and shut the door. That was a beautiful bit of driving from both drivers, and amazing that they didn't actually crash out. But well done, Lando. You are moving through to the next round and taking on the Outlaw list.
And given that Lando has just set the fastest lap time by half a second for the Outlaws, you've got to figure the Outlaws are actually a bit worried about him.
Well, it's going to be an absolute cracker next week, mate. I'm really looking forward to it.
Well, we've had a bit of everything tonight. Major crashes, major overtakes, and the fastest lap time. You can't ask for more than that. All right, that is enough from us today. Thanks very much for watching. I'm Tom Spanners Watson. He's Frank the Guru Gibbs. We look forward to seeing you next time.